Across the desert plateau of Giza in Egypt stands a structure that should not exist. A monument so enormous, so precise, and so mysterious that even today's scientists continue to debate how it was built. For more than 4,000 years, it has dominated the Egyptian landscape, surviving wars, earthquakes, empires rising and falling around it. And yet its greatest mystery has nothing to do with its age. The real mystery is how such a structure could have been built at all. This is the Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of the ancient Egyptian pharaoh Khufu around 4,500 years ago. The pyramid once stood nearly 500 feet tall. For almost 4 millennia, it remained the tallest man-made structure on Earth. But its height is not what astonishes engineers. It is the precision. The pyramid is made from an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, each one carefully cut and positioned. Most weigh between 2 and 5 tons. Some interior granite stones weigh more than 70 tons. Imagine lifting something heavier than a modern tank and placing it hundreds of feet in the air. Now imagine doing that more than 2 million times, with no cranes, no engines, no steel tools, only stone hammers, copper chisels, and human strength. The numbers alone are almost impossible to believe. If the pyramid was built in 20 years, as many historians suggest, workers would have needed to place one massive stone block every 2 to 3 minutes, every hour, every day, for 2 decades. Even modern construction projects struggle to maintain that level of precision and speed. And yet the ancient Egyptians somehow achieved it thousands of years ago. But the mystery deepens when we look closer. The 4 sides of the pyramid are aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal directions of the Earth: north, south, east, and west. The alignment error is so small that modern satellite measurements show it is accurate to within a tiny fraction of a degree. How could an ancient civilization achieve such perfect orientation without modern instruments? Even more astonishing is the pyramid's location. It sits almost exactly at the center of Earth's landmass when measured by certain geographical calculations. Coincidence or deliberate design? Then there is the stone itself. Most of the pyramid is built from limestone quarried nearby, but the inner chambers contain massive granite blocks that came from quarries nearly 500 miles away in southern Egypt. Transporting stones of that size across deserts and rivers would have been an extraordinary engineering challenge. Some blocks weigh more than 70 tons. That is heavier than a fully loaded tractor trailer. Moving them would require incredible coordination and manpower. Yet somehow the ancient builders accomplished this feat thousands of years before the invention of modern machinery. For centuries, historians believed the pyramid was simply a tomb, a monument built to house the body of Pharaoh Khufu. But when explorers finally entered the pyramid and began studying its interior, they found something unexpected. Instead of treasure-filled burial chambers, they discovered a complex system of corridors, shafts, and hidden rooms. Some passages lead upward, others descend deep into the bedrock beneath the pyramid. One corridor leads to a chamber built entirely from massive granite blocks, the so-called King's Chamber. But even this chamber contains mysteries. Above it are enormous granite slabs stacked in a strange layered structure. Engineers believe these blocks were designed to prevent the chamber from collapsing under the weight of the pyramid above. But the design is unlike anything else in ancient Egyptian architecture. Then there are the narrow shafts extending from the chambers. Long, perfectly straight tunnels only a few inches wide, too small for a person to crawl through. For years, archaeologists believed these shafts were ventilation passages. But later studies revealed something extraordinary. Two of these shafts appear to point directly towards specific stars in the ancient sky, stars connected to Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. Was this simply religious symbolism, or did the builders intentionally align the pyramid with the cosmos? The deeper researchers investigate the Great Pyramid, the more questions emerge, because, despite centuries of exploration, many areas of the pyramid remain unexplored, and modern scanning technology has recently revealed something astonishing, evidence suggesting that hidden spaces may still exist deep inside the pyramid structure, large unknown voids, rooms no human has entered in thousands of years. If these hidden chambers exist, they may contain answers to one of the greatest mysteries in human history. Who truly designed the Great Pyramid? How was it built with such extraordinary precision? And what secrets might still be hidden inside its ancient walls? Because, after more than 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid may not have revealed its greatest secret yet. Archaeologists had mapped the corridors, historians had documented the chambers, and researchers assumed the interior of the pyramid was fully understood. But in the 21st century, a new generation of scientists began asking a simple question: what if parts of the pyramid had never been discovered? Because despite centuries of exploration, much of the pyramid remained sealed behind millions of tons of stone. Traditional excavation methods are too dangerous. Removing even a few blocks could destabilize the structure. So, instead of breaking into the pyramid, scientists decided to look through it. In 2015, an international team of researchers launched an ambitious scientific project. Their goal was to scan the interior of the Great Pyramid using advanced particle detection technology. The project was known as the Scam Pyramids mission. Instead of drilling or digging, the researchers used a technique based on cosmic rays. Tiny subatomic particles constantly rained down from space, passing through solid objects including mountains, buildings, and even pyramids. By placing special detectors inside the pyramid, scientists could track how these particles moved through the stone. If the particles suddenly passed through an empty space, the detectors would reveal the presence of a hidden chamber. At first, researchers expected to confirm what archaeologists already believed, that no large unknown rooms remained. But what they discovered shocked the scientific world. The detectors revealed a massive empty space hidden deep inside the pyramid, a void stretching more than 100 feet in length. Located directly above the Grand Gallery, the largest internal corridor in the entire pyramid. The discovery was announced in 2017, and it immediately raised a new and unsettling question. Why would the builders leave such a large empty space inside the pyramid? Some engineers believe the void may have been designed to reduce pressure on the chambers below, a kind of ancient architectural safety system. But others are not convinced, because the size and location of the void suggests something far more deliberate. Some researchers believe the hidden space could be an undiscovered chamber, a room that has remained sealed for over 4,000 years. If that is true, it would represent one of the most important archaeological discoveries in modern history. But the mystery of the Great Pyramid does not stop there. Decades earlier, explorers discovered two narrow shafts extending from the so-called Queen's Chamber. These shafts were extremely small, only about 8 inches wide, too narrow for a human to enter. For years, their purpose remained unknown. Then in the 1990s, engineers decided to explore the shafts using a small robotic camera. The robot slowly crawled through the narrow tunnel, sending video images back to researchers. At the end of the shaft, the camera encountered something completely unexpected. A small limestone door, a perfectly cut stone slab with two copper handles attached to its surface. It looked almost like a sealed entrance, an ancient doorway hidden deep inside the pyramid. The discovery stunned archaeologists. Why would the builders construct a door inside such a narrow tunnel? What could possibly lie behind it? Years later, a second robotic mission drilled a tiny hole through the stone door. A camera was inserted into the opening. Behind the door, researchers discovered another chamber, and at the end of that chamber, another sealed door. Two hidden doors, deep inside the pyramid, leading somewhere unknown. To this day, no one knows what lies beyond them. And these discoveries raise an even bigger question. How many other hidden structures might still exist inside the Great Pyramid? Because despite centuries of exploration, modern technology continues to reveal new anomalies within its ancient walls, voids, passages, possible chambers that remain completely unexplored. For a monument that has stood for more than 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid is still revealing new secrets. But perhaps the most intriguing mystery is not hidden inside the pyramid at all. It may be hidden in the purpose of the entire structure, because when scientists began studying the pyramid's geometry, orientation, and internal design more closely, they discovered patterns that seem almost impossible to ignore. Patterns suggesting the pyramid may have been designed for something far more complex than a royal tomb. Something connected to the stars, to the earth itself, and perhaps to knowledge that ancient civilizations were never supposed to possess. In the final part of this investigation, we will explore the most controversial theories surrounding the Great Pyramid. Theories that challenge everything we think we know about ancient Egypt, because the true purpose of the pyramid may be far more extraordinary than anyone ever imagined. For thousands of years, the Great Pyramid of Giza has stood silent on the desert plateau. Storms have swept over it. Entire empires have risen and fallen around it. Yet the monument remains unmoved, unchanged, and perhaps still completely misunderstood. Because the deeper scientists study the Great Pyramid, the more it starts to look less like a simple tomb and more like something far more complex. Something meticulously designed with knowledge that seems light years ahead of its time. What if the secrets of the pyramids are not about how they were built, but why? One of the most mind-bending mysteries is the pyramid's connection to the stars. The ancient Egyptians held a profound belief that the pharaoh's soul, after death, would ascend to the heavens to join the gods. Inside the Great Pyramid, we find these incredibly narrow shafts, almost like secret tunnels, that appear to point directly towards specific stars in the ancient night sky. One shaft in the king's chamber aligns with a star in the constellation we now call Orion. Another, in the queen's chamber, seems to target a star in the constellation Draco. To the ancient Egyptians, these weren't just random points of light. Orion was associated with the god Osiris, the ruler of the underworld and rebirth. Draco, the dragon, was linked to the circumpolar stars that never set below the horizon, representing eternity. These shafts were seen as celestial highways for the pharaoh's spirit. But here's where the mystery deepens. These shafts are extremely narrow, only about 8 inches wide. They're far too small for any person to crawl through, and modern analysis has shown they don't function as ventilation tunnels. So why go through the immense trouble of building them at all? What was their true purpose? Many mainstream archaeologists believe they were symbolic pathways, a spiritual route guiding the soul of the pharaoh toward its eternal home among the stars. A beautiful, poetic idea, but others believe something far more unusual might be at play. because the sheer precision of the pyramid's design goes way beyond simple religious symbolism. The mathematics encoded within the pyramid structure are mind-boggling. For instance, if you take the pyramid's original height and divide it by twice the length of its base, you get a number remarkably close to the mathematical constant pi 3.14. The same universal constant we use today in advanced geometry and engineering. Was this just a lucky coincidence, or did the builders intentionally encode this fundamental mathematical knowledge into the very blueprint of the monument? And it gets even stranger. The pyramid's physical location on Earth is just as perplexing. Some researchers have demonstrated that the Great Pyramid lies almost exactly at the geographic center of our planet's landmass. Think about that. The intersection of the longest line of latitude and the longest line of longitude that cross over land falls right on top of this ancient structure. How could they have known this? Furthermore, its four sides are aligned almost perfectly with the four cardinal directions: true north, south, east, and west. This alignment is so accurate that it rivals the precision of modern observatories and surveying equipment. How could ancient engineers achieve this thousands of years ago, without satellites, without GPS, without the advanced instruments we rely on today? These unanswered questions have led some researchers to propose some truly radical theories. Ideas that challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient history. Some believe the pyramid may have served as a kind of ancient astronomical observatory, a massive instrument designed to track the movements of the stars and mark celestial cycles like the solstices and equinoxes. Others suggest it may have functioned as a colossal resonance structure, a monument capable of harnessing and amplifying sound and energy. This isn't just a wild guess. Experiments conducted inside the king's chamber have revealed something extraordinary. The massive granite coffer and the chamber itself resonate at specific, very low frequencies when exposed to sound waves. It's almost as if the chamber was intentionally tuned, like a giant musical instrument. But for what purpose? Was it for healing rituals, consciousness-altering ceremonies, or something we can't even begin to comprehend? Perhaps the most important discovery, however, is much simpler. The Great Pyramid stands as a testament to the incredible capabilities of an ancient civilization that we may still be severely underestimating. The builders of this monument were not primitive people. They were master engineers, brilliant architects, and keen astronomers. They were planners capable of organizing one of the most ambitious construction projects in all of human history, a feat that would challenge even our modern technology. And even today, after centuries of intense study, we are still discovering new secrets hidden within its ancient stones. In recent years, advanced scanning technologies like Cosmochrome 1 tomography have revealed hidden voids and unexplored passages inside the pyramid, sealed chambers that may have remained untouched for over 4,500 years. Somewhere deep inside this stone behemoth, there may still be answers waiting to be uncovered. Answers that could finally reveal how this monument was truly built, and more importantly, why. Was it a tomb? A power plant? An astronomical clock? Or something else entirely? Until those final secrets are discovered, the Great Pyramid will remain one of the greatest mysteries ever created by human hands. It's a structure that continues to challenge our understanding of the ancient world, and a powerful reminder that even in our modern, technologically advanced age, the past may still hold secrets far beyond our wildest imagination. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe for more mysteries from our ancient past.